In this lesson, we will learn how to divide decimals and model it with a grid and equivalent fractions. Dividing means how many times a number can be broken down evenly into a certain number of groups. For example, if I have 6 chocolate bars and 3 friends, how many times can 3 go into 6? It can go 2 times. Each friend gets 2 chocolate bars. Let's look at problem number 1. You have 2 liters of orange juice, and you want to divide it among your friends. How many glasses can you fill? We have been given the information that 1 glass holds 0.35 liters. We are going to model this using a grid. I have 2 grids because I have 2 liters of orange juice. Each grid represents 1 liter, and in each grid there are 100 units or squares. I also know that 0.35 is equivalent to 35 hundredths. So I'm going to shade in 0.35 or 35 units or squares on these grids. There's 10, 20, 35. That's 1. 10, 20, 35. That's 2. 10, 20, 35. That's 3. I'm going to keep going. 10, 20, 35. And when you do it, alternate colors. 10, 20, 35. And I cannot fill in the rest evenly, so I'm going to stop there. I was able to fill in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. How many glasses can be filled from 2 liters of container? I can fill 5 glasses with, and if I count, I have 10, 25. I have 25.25 liters left over. This is going to be my division statement. 2 divided by 0.35 equals 5, with a remainder of 0.25 or 25 hundredths. This tells me that 0.35 goes into 2 5 times with this much left over. Now let's look at another way of dividing. In our multiplication, we learned that we can multiply a decimal by 10, which moves the decimal place over 1. It will become easier to divide. So our statement here is Katja has 2.4 meters of string. She wants to divide it into equal pieces. How many pieces will there be if each piece is 0.4 meters long? First of all, we need to look. Do I have the same units? Yes, I do. If I didn't, I would have to convert. Now I can do step 1. Write the division sentence. How many times does 0.4 go into 2 decimal 4. So I'm dividing. I'm going to rewrite it as a fraction or a ratio. 2 decimal 4 over decimal 4. This line indicates division. Step 2. I'm going to multiply by 10 for each number. This will move the decimal place over. So 2 decimal 4 becomes 24. 4 times 10 becomes 4. And 24 divided by 4 is 6. So how many pieces of string will there be? There will be 6 equal pieces. I know that decimal 4 goes into 2 decimal 4 6 times. Let's do this one together. Number 5. Use the 10 by 10 grids to model and then calculate. We're going to have 2 decimal 7 divided by decimal 9. You will notice there are 3 grids, but the number is not 3. It's only 2 decimal 7. So I'm going to block off some rows. I only need 2 full grids and then decimal 7 for the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do not need these 3 columns, so I'm going to block them off. Now I have 2 decimal 7 represented. So I'm going to shade in 0 decimal 9, which is 9 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to switch colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to switch colors again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't have anything left over. Decimal 9 goes into 2 decimal 7 3 times. Now it is your turn. You're going to do this question. 3 decimal 6 divided by decimal 18. Remember, you're not using all 4 of the grids. You're using the first 3 and then only decimal 6 of the last one. So 6 columns out of 10. Make sure you block those off. Pause the video, do the question, come back to the video to finish the lesson. Now we're going to divide using the other method. The question is 10 decimal 2 divided by 1 decimal 5. I'm going to rewrite it in a ratio form, another way of showing division. I'm going to multiply both numbers by 10. I'm going to create an equivalent fraction. 10 decimal 2 times 10 is 102. 1 decimal 5 times 10 is 15. When I go 102 divided by 15, the answer is 6 decimal 8. Check that with the calculator. You are going to do question B and 13 the same way. You will notice there are 2 decimal places here. You will need to multiply it by 100, and this number will also be multiplied by 100. This question down here Nathan has 11.4 meters of rope. He wants to divide it into equal pieces. If each piece is 0.8 meters long, how many pieces will there be? Good luck.